Yeehaw!
Oh, has the stream started yet?
Good evening. Yeah, Veno, it has.
That's
It is
the silly
Savage,
question.
Savage Thursdays. It sounds like Veno's ready to get savage. Right there. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, that's why he's going to get an edge of his choice.
What? Get an edge of his choice.
That's what the Get Savage Adventure card does.
Oh, yeah? Jenkin.
Yeah.
Jenkin, thanks for the 100 biddies, man. He's up late. Well, it's probably too damn hot over there to sleep, like it is here.
Well, it's only like 1 a.m. there.
Dude, it's fucking miserable outside here. I don't know about where any of you guys live out there, but here in the Midwest, it's hot.
I'm in South Florida, so that's par for the course down here.
It's
close to 100.
I'm in the mid-south, so yeah,
I think Wicked said 76. I'm like, oh, you.
Fuck you.
76. That's when I got the AC at on the house.
Yeah, it's not very particularly warm today. It's pretty nice out. Decent breeze. It's been pretty warm and muggy all weekend.
Well, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I said we needed to get when we were going through and unpacking everything. Finally, I tried to look for the air conditioner because all my windows are all weird on one side of the house, so we need one of the standing ones. And we can't figure out where the fuck the tube went to it. So I ordered another one. It's been hot as shit. Came in today, and it's not.
Oh, so you cooled everything off. The universe said, oh, Wicked's going to be fine. We can just move the weather elsewhere. I mean, I appreciate it, but...
Well, guys, this is... I mean, most... I don't know what would have to happen to... I don't want to curse this, but this is going to be the last...
Wow.
Why?
Let's go run away and start a business selling waffles.
Probably the last session for the flood.
And hair tonics.
Session 99. I'm not selling snake oil here. I'm telling you that there's a few rounds combat left. I mean, I don't know. You've not done anything to Reverend Grimm yet, but I think
because we can't. Yeah. Not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
We called him ugly.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 99 sessions. I know it's been 2+ years since we've been in this. It's been a very enjoyable campaign for me, but we are at the top of round. It's been 9 rounds since Albert got shot and his blood fell to the floor inside the cathedral in Los Angeles. And I'm going to switch over to map view so we don't forget that. All right. Yeah, 99 sessions, Jenkin. That's right. It's been a long time, and every single one of them is over on my YouTube channel, where people are welcome to come over and.
I think he peed a little.
Brad. I think he may have had a stroke. You all right?
Yeah. I'm great.
Brad gifted it to Rondon, by the way.
Oh, that was good.
That was good. Rondon got a sub. So I was, yeah, I'm good. I'll miss that for a couple of weeks until we fire up the next campaign for Savage Thursdays, which is going to be based on a game that came out in 1984. Speaking of Rondon, we were in high school, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this. It's a new game. It's kind of like D&D." And I'm like, "Okay." And it's called Lords of Creation by Avalon Hill Games, and it was cool because you weren't stuck in one genre. You weren't in some high fantasy. You weren't in a weird west. You weren't in a sci-fi. But you could be in any one of those at any time. And I thought it was a really cool game concept. So I've kind of converted it to Savage Worlds, and that's what we're gonna do on Thursday nights. But I'm gonna take a week or two off here, and we'll have a session 0 where we're off stream and kind of bring the characters together, so that way when we hit the stream, then we hit the ground running. But in the meantime, we've got to get through this session. We are at the top of round 9, and the characters have spilt their blood in the cathedral to try to weaken Grimm and Reverend Grimm, and there he is right there, who was actually a good guy at one time. But it's his turn, and he's got a joker.
He was okay until somebody ate him. Then he got bad.
So I'm trying to
And
see.
the sequel campaign about Luke's wife.
She comes back too. Hey, Luke, I told you to take the trash out before I left.
Okay. Well, Luke, Reverend Grimm looks at you and he says, "I remember when you were in the congregation. That sweet little wife of yours, what was her name? Don't remember, but I remember she tasted good. And you were always such a toad." And he reaches out.
Uh-oh.
And he fucks up. Good thing for the Joker bonus, and it was not a critical failure, so that was good. That is a success. What I need from you is a spirit roll. Please,
Hey, Luke, I think he's trying
Luke.
to take your hat. Don't let him take your hat.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Critical failure, and you
Uh-huh.
cannot use a Benny on that. That's fucking awesome. That's why they call this what? What's this rule set called? Savage
Worlds.
And you are now a toad as he touches you.
Does he still have the hat and beard?
If the victim fails,
Hello,
he
my darling. Hello, my right.
Hello, my rectum gal.
Bro.
You know what, Timmons? And looks like you could use it. You're gonna have to have a penny for that one.
So since he's a frog, is he entangled still?
If he hasn't broken out of entangled, then
I imagine that whatever's holding is too big.
Timmons
now.
was over there trying to help him get undone.
I've got to see if I've got one. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see here.
Yes.
This will work.
And I'm muted. No wonder you can't hear me. Fuck.
There you go. There's our friend Luke.
So I have been turned into a toad or frog. Yes. That's what it looks like.
Thank you for the perfect timing on a crit fail.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if you've been talking to us, I thought, well, he can't be pissed. He's over here typing frog and triggers into the. But I don't know. I didn't know why you weren't talking. So unfortunately, yes, you've been turned into a toad, and Grimm is going to.
I think he looks like that.
Pretty good representation. I like it. He still's got his hat.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. Put him on a on a square. Let's see. He might have more than that. What does he have? Anyway, he turns around and he's taunting you guys. He's kind of, I mean, he's not going to take the action to taunt you, but which that's another thing this group never did. I'm going to point out. You guys didn't really opt to do any, testing on your enemies and shit. It was just fucking kill them, boom, 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 or slice them up like Sweezy G.
Sweezy did often by intimidating, and then just also murdered them.
Yeah, when they get scared, he just slice them up.
Yep.
But sometimes we give them a
like,
choice, you know? We get bandage or a bullet. Sometimes we give them a choice.
I mean, I'm looking at Albert's skills. It seems like he's good at one thing really well.
Bragging?
Everything.
Bragging on himself?
Drinking?
Well, right.
Drinking? I mean, he was a pro at that.
He was not good at drinking, so Jeb says. Of course, he how can you win a drinking contest with a dead guy? It doesn't work. Immune to poison. Grim walks over there and passes his turn to Timmons, who you see right in front of you. Jeb.
Timmons is like, oh shit. He reaches down and tries to pick up Luke. Can I pick him up?
Fortunately, I've already pissed on Grim's boot, so you don't have to worry about me pissing on you. At least
your clothes and other
put him
personal
in my pocket.
items fall to the ground around you. They don't transform.
So his hat is there.
Timmons is gonna be like, you're gonna need this too, and he picks up his hat. That's all he gets. Hat and him. And he's gonna move like, hey Albert.
Yeah.
Albert, there's gonna be some problems here because I think Luke's the frog. Look,
you picked him. You're holding him, right?
Yeah. How big is he? Can I? One hand, I'm hoping. I got my shotgun kind of.
He's about the size of your
shotgun
palm.
hand and my other hand. You know?
He's one of them big fat toads, that looks like
froggy. Dunk, dunk, dunk with his shotgun barrel. Dunk, dunk, dunk. He's gonna get a rubber hand for the end of his shotgun that flips back.
Get him to eat a spider.
Maybe Doc can help it. Hey, Doc, you got any mushrooms you can stuff up in him?
Oh, great. Toads and mushrooms. Wonderful.
I'm not sure that will help with the being a frog part, but I mean, it will have other benefits.
Pretty sure that was a Mario reference that Mike just dropped.
Doc Fong.
Oh, I'm going to fly over here. Is the ceiling above us existence? This is smashed, right?
This whole end of the building, yes, is now missing. I mean, it's just rubble that you guys are kind of climbing around on. This part of the cathedral that he's in is still intact.
All right, so I'm going to say, well, here, why don't we see if this helps? I'm going to use my fly power and give them some mushrooms. I'm going to Benny that because I have many of them.
Whately mushrooms. And you're giving them to who? The toad?
I'm giving them to Albert, to Timmons, and to Luke.
You wait, what are you giving to me? Because I'm a frog. I mean, rivet.
Giving a fly.
Yeah, let's see. As a matter of fact, let me open up, Luke. And
wait, open me up how?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna open you up like that. Go to your main tab.
Character sheet.
And allies, so you can have let's see, NPC. Well, there's not a toad or a frog in here.
Well, I mean, he couldn't defeat me, man to man. He had to turn me into a beast. A small critter, nonetheless.
Timmy said, I think he's saying something. Listen, bro.
Well, then we won't do that. You're now you're just a frog. You can do things that frogs do.
Oh shit! He just peed in my hand.
Except you can fly.
Hey Marv, did he drop his gun? Because I know he likes his
Yeah,
gun.
everything dropped to the ground, his clothes and everything.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna fly over here over everybody.
You remember, did you guys see, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? When he
Yeah.
thought he turned the one guy into a toad, he's like, ah!
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, and then the little toad hops up out of the clothes after the sirens were singing to him. All right, Doc Fong, you move over here. You're flying?
I'm gonna swoop down, pick up his gun, because he's gonna need that when he gets better, and then come back over this
Okay.
way and start pointing upwards, and then pointing towards that big thing we see on the horizon.
The wave.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that to the stream viewers out there. They've triggered a major earthquake, and to the west, they can see this wall of water that appears really tall. They don't know from the distances, but it's coming on fast. And, all right, this guy, they're going to do nothing because they're just protecting. Where is she? Where is she? There she
She's
is.
the one who was outside to the north and
Yeah.
running away. Oh, yeah, that Sweezy is mowing down. Because she's amazingly fast somehow.
Because I think she's rolled
First
6 on her pace
every
die
single round.
every time.
Every round she goes first, and every action she gets a 6. I literally have a free run and I'm flying.
I think you spent half this combat chasing people that ain't even trying to hurt you anymore. He's like, we gotta kill them all, kill them all.
I couldn't remember the whole time limit thing, so then I think it was me and Doc made the decision that all of his friends needed to die in order to hurt him.
Yeah.
And then I started following that path.
Yeah, he thought that all the minions needed to die, but so he doesn't. But I mean, you are looking west, and right
the rest
about
of the party's
now,
fine with it. We're good. Just kill all those bitches out there.
We assume there's thousands of people out there who are on his side that you're just mowing down.
Luke.
Yeah, but I mean, I specifically meant like the 13.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah, the 7 is okay. Something about the 13 is bad anyway. We should kill them all.
You're no longer entangled. I'm gonna remove. Well, I'm not gonna remove smite. Well, you can't use your gun, so yeah, I'm gonna remove smite.
I mean, technically, he's grappled by Timmons, but not really.
You still have. You're a toad with +4 armor, a fly, pace of 12.
Basically,
dark side.
Basically, what I'm doing is I'm flying upward towards him. I get near him, piss all over him, and then fly down that way.
You're gonna piss all over Timmons.
Fly by attack.
No, not Timmons.
Not Timmons.
Grim.
Is that an athletics roll?
Okay, now Timmons has got you grappled. So, paint this picture. How's this going on? I mean,
he starts to pee, and Timmons flings him out of his hands as a free action. I mean,
okay, as a free action, you're like, you drop him, he takes off, flies this way, a fly pace of 12. And
pisses on Grim and flies upwards more.
And just put how high you're flying next to your name there, so we don't have the height indicators, because nobody wants to write extensions for Savage Worlds. It's sad. I wish they would, but
I'm saying like 40 feet.
Yeah. So let's see.
It's not often you're flying around in Savage Worlds.
Yeah. Albert.
Well, since I found these mushrooms.
Our friend Albert swearing.
Can I attack through these hoodoos without issue, or?
Yep.
All right. And why exactly should I not be chucking my Greek fire at this guy?
Your mic is all lasagnaed.
What?
The other night he had it sticking out because he was eating lasagna, and I said, now it's all lasagnaed.
No, I'm just wondering why I shouldn't be chucking this Greek fire. I mean,
because the building collapsing, and it on fire is just probably
it's
too
like
much.
a double
It's probably
jeopardy,
too
right?
much.
I think
Not
the
gonna
reason
get
you didn't before was because you would have also burned down your weird guys and like Luke and.
I mean, there's a big wall of water coming. Is Greek fire really going to be that big of an issue?
From my understanding, Greek fire burns underwater.
It's like a Molotov cocktail, I guess. That's the way I imagine them.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it.
Molotov cocktail. Molotov.
So you're chucking some Greek fire at the dude, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Greek fire does. Let me open up Albert here.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't get much information on it really, other than damage. But
well, it should be at a 2d10 lethal. You got to throw to hit. So, do you have a ranged?
Well, it's probably similar to dynamite, maybe 4-8-16.
Yeah, but it's like, is it a medium burst template? Is it it doesn't give any information.
I thought it's. I remember that was your thing before. Definitely you said somewhere.
Well, we'll give it. I mean, it's freaking Greek fire. We'll give it a large burst template. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
I mean,
He's
it's
the
just
only one
him that's
Yeah.
gonna get hit anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, and odds are,
and
I'm
a bunch of
gonna get this
pews.
shot
A bunch of pews.
So you just gotta some kind of
Don't roll
range.
poorly on your throwing.
It says each dose covers a medium burst template and burns for 1d6 rounds.
There you go. Medium burst, large burst. It doesn't matter. It's gonna
10,
hit him.
2d10 each round.
anyway.
Water will not extinguish the fire.
Perfect. You can burn
On the other
forever.
hand, if you double one fun your throw,
Don't say that to Mike.
Yeah.
Don't-
So
don't mic
what-
your roll.
Yeah,
We all like Funyuns. What are you talking about?
I want to look
Don't
at what
Funyun
you've
your
got.
roll? What?
Street shooting.
That would be athletics.
The athletics
It'd
throwing.
be athletics throwing, so you don't really have. So just give me your athletics roll.
Well, if it's actually a weapon, it should be set up in the weapon in the combat tab.
Yeah,
Might just have to equip it.
I'm just gonna add another weapon here.
I mean,
Go in
okay.
here and say.
The Greek fire is already in my weapon tab.
Then you
Is
should
it?
be able
Oh
to-
yeah, it is. Hey, all right, awesome. I don't have to. Let me get rid of this.
Cool.
Like I said, if it's an actual weapon
I was
and
like,
on his sheet,
I didn't.
he should just have to equip it and
I didn't see
throw it.
Go for it.
all right.
That's a
Okay.
D12, so you surely can't. Oh no.
Hold on. How does?
Shouldn't use
Oh,
it.
he's using the penny.
Yeah,
Is it set as a melee weapon or a thrown
Yeah,
weapon?
it's set as a melee weapon because it's using fighting.
Let me go in here and change
Not
that
your fault,
to
Mike.
Thrown.
Maybe a
boom,
little.
Boom. And now roll it again. That's the only thing we can do is roll it again. Which probably no, not damage. Oh.
No.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not
Yeah,
damage.
D6. That's it. That's a hit though.
cool.
You actually did
Roll
better
a
with a D6. Roll a
Interesting.
D6 or roll a D6. Gorgio
So I
redeemed
didn't
custom
roll that many
reward.
earlier then?
Albert is best. And Gorgio redeemed hit with a raise for Albert. So you actually have you actually got that,
Giving us up to Cobbler.
and you got a sub from Gorgio, who gifted you a sub to the channel. So you don't have to
feel good.
go down and hit the little dice down there in the bottom left corner, next to the run button. Little dice, that's your raise button, and then roll your damage on Grim.
Excellent.
Oh,
Shaking.
well, it had an effect on him. Let me scroll back up here. He's at the top.
And I'm pretty sure he's also burning.
And he's standing in the middle of this green fire, because it's green fire, right? Yeah.
No, Greek fire, not green.
Yeah, but we're going to call it green fire, too. It's Greek fire because it's green.
It's green Greek fire. I can see that. I can see that.
It's environmentally conscious that way.
Is it now?
It's Mediterranean. It's a healthy fire.
Why does it smell like olive oil all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Cock gobbler. He called you cock gobbler.
Oh,
No.
gosh.
No, cobblerologist, not cock gobbler. Cobblerologist.
Yeah, there's no chickens here. There's no chickens here.
You actually have
Stupid famine
yow.
getting rid of all the chickens.
What's that mean, Brad? You actually have yow.
That's what you
No,
said.
that's what you said when you got scared that
Oh,
last
okay,
time.
okay. All right, so he's standing in fire and he's looking at you. He's got these flames all around him. I mean, it totally looks fucking weird now. You gonna move? You gonna do anything?
I take it I didn't actually use that Benny earlier since we changed.
No, you didn't. So here, I'll give that back to you.
Okay.
Don't be so damn particular.
Yeah, I guess that's the end of that.
You know,
stay right where I'm at.
I do have.
Uh-oh.
He just keeps running.
And I just ran.
One day I just felt like running.
But don't you have like 2 different powers that are giving you speed?
What you're gonna do is I have another 4.
You're like, I'm giving myself all the power to catch up.
It'd just be, if only he would have taken a pistol. Down she would have went. There goes the shuriken. To the back of the skull.
Bump. All right, man. What's that look like?
As I chase the screaming woman fleeing down the street, or shooting her in the back. Super heroic.
Boom, down she goes.
Heroic.
I'm sure he comes back with his hat held high.
Let me just take her. Where the hell was she at? She was way up here.
Hoodoo 83.
Hoodoo 83 does nothing because these guys are just.
Posse.
They're doing the hoodoo to the voodoo to the drippy bloody dude.
They're guarding, and we dealt some cards. Let's see what's going on in the top of the combat tracker. Is once again Reverend Ezekiel Graham.
What is he's cheating? How did he go first every day?
His shaking is removed.
Legendary resistance.
And he stands there and laughs at you guys as the flames burn. And let's see what else he does.
Chocolate in your pocket's all melted now. I bet you money.
Great, now he's got a fiery stick.
Well,
He can make Reverend s'mores.
Here it is. Let's see here. Okay.
Oh.
So that is a raise, but I don't think it does anything extra. All right, Albert.
Yep.
You you have 2 fatigue.
Okay.
So on your sheet, click 2 fatigue. You guys see electricity start to just all around Albert, sparkling and shit. And he's just kind of.
Are you turning into a vampire? You twinkling?
And
What's
then
going
Grim
on?
My final
disappears.
form.
Can you just put your shirt back on, please?
Fuck it, he don't disappear. He stands there in the fire laughing at you guys.
He tries to disappear, and he's like, "Shut him on fire! I can't disappear."
And then you see him look up, and his eyes get real big as he's looking off to the west behind you guys.
That's right, BTs. That's a flood coming. We just should have made a raft or something. We didn't think about that whole 4 months we had this. We could have made
1,
a boat.
2, 3, 4.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Doc Fong did give us magic mushrooms so we could fly to retreat.
Oh. Like, this is taller than the sky.
So I'm just gonna do this.
I think that it would process at the end of Albert's turn.
Unharmed. 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 And those guys don't get hurt at all as it processes through their turns. As you see this electricity come off of Albert and run through these hoodoo things like in a circle, and it's moving towards you, Timmons, and you, Doc Fong, this electricity that's all around Albert. Doc Fong?
Alright, first of all, I'm going to spend a penny to get some power points here.
Alright.
And then I'm going to, Albert looks very, very tired, and we're about to fly very, very far, so... I believe that's going to reduce all his fatigue.
Manitou's cabbage. So, what do you do here, Doc? Well, you pull out a great big blunt, big fucking chonger,
He's
start
got a
puffing
fancy
on
pipe.
it.
He puts it in the pipe, and after he puts away Luke's gun, takes some big puffs out at Albert.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least refined about it. He loads it in his long pipe. You know, you've seen those, the tiny smoke. Yeah. Maybe not quite that long, but...
Timmons can use his arm as a shotgun. Since it is a shotgun.
Alright, so you can remove the 2 points of fatigue, Albert.
Alright.
Anything else, Doc Fong?
Yeah, after he does that, he's gonna stick his arm straight up and just fly straight up. He's apparently also the original Superman.
Okay, so you're 12 feet up. Very good. You are not
pace up.
Huh?
So 12
you're
pace
12
up.
pace up. Yeah. 12 paces. All right, Timmons.
Timmons is gonna eat this frickin' mushroom. He's like, raw.
Pretty sure he already did that.
Yo, while you were talking,
he sprayed mushroom spores in your
you know how Sweezy did the ninja star kind of thing there? Doc Fong's been practicing that with the tops of the mushrooms. So while you were talking, he just kind of threw it in there.
You like spored Timmons in the face with your shroom juice?
Oh my.
That's not very nice. Well, if that's the case, then he's just gonna fly away. Fly away. He wants to be, like over here, but up. Like 30 feet. So, was that good? He can use his whole action. Run, dash, jump.
A little to your right and 10 feet up, you see a flying frog, so...
Yeah, he just, I just trying to stay, so if he pees again, I'm not upwind, you know what I mean? I wanna when this wave hits, I want to see if my body can slam down on Reverend Grimm's head. That's what I want to happen. That's my aim. He's trying to do his math. Here it comes.
Go.
We're all gonna die.
Albert's turn. Okay, Albert, on your turn. Okay. That's not gonna hurt you. You're just really just your teeth bouncing up and down as you're being electrocuted.
Also, if that's the regular damage field, it's actually going around Albert, so he wouldn't be affected.
Well, it says if target is affected by the power, she also suffers fatigue. So that's how she got the fatigue.
Usually damage field is more of a defensive power.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, for you or somebody else. Like he wanted to put it on himself and basically bludgeon them with his fists.
Well, isn't it cool how it can be used this way?
So, I mean, it's just there to zap his friends who repeatedly stand next to him.
I don't know. I'm reading down through here. What would he do? Oh, this looks cool. Damage field. Boom. So.
The fantasy version is way stronger.
Really?
Fantasy version of all of the powers are much stronger.
I like the one HG was just spewing out steam.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Albert does
the great
nothing
trapping.
there, nothing. Lingering damage. On the victim's next turn, she suffers the power's base damage minus 1 die type, which was 2, which did nothing. These are all the extra things you can do that he loaded onto it, because right now he's got unlimited power points and all that good stuff. Anyway, nothing really happens though. Okay, so go ahead and take your action, other than you've got this lightning coming, this electricity coming off of you.
Right, so that's not coming from me.
That doesn't, other than the fatigue, which was removed by Doc Fong, it didn't really do anything to you.
And I think suddenly Grimm is now Senator or Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Do I know if
Do what, Mike?
this field follows me?
Well, I don't know.
Alright, well, let me try moving. Shit. Alright. If I just move there.
Don't get over here by me with that shit. What are you doing?
It's all over you.
All over me. Alright, well.
Timmons is up above you though, so he could. Albert
Are you
goes
gonna
right
walk into the
towards
fire?
Grimm.
Well, I mean, I'm covered in lightning. Is fire really going to be that much worse?
Maybe
Well,
not.
The lightning's not hurting you. The fire will.
Fire's
that's
not
okay.
hurting him, maybe the lightning will.
You run into the fire, seriously?
The big
Hoping I
big
can run
wave
out.
will put him out. Don't worry, it's the big wave will put him out.
No, Greek
Well-
fire cannot be extinguished by water.
Well, I get hit hard enough, I might knock it, the goo away.
Well, I mean, you're running into it, so I think it
It's
kind of
true.
hits automatically, right?
I think when your body gets just smooshed all over the top of the Greek fire, it suffocates it. So it didn't actually put it out by water. It just smooshed your body all over.
It doesn't seem to be bothering Albert, man. He runs up in there right this moment. It
That's
doesn't.
right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing anything to him.
He lights a cigar.
What the? Nice
That's
fit.
right. Alright, well, since I'm in melee range, I'm wondering, can I just try and whack him one?
What, you gonna punch him in the
you
head?
can.
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in melee range at this point. I might as well give it a shot.
What are you gonna pistol whip him? You had a pistol in your hand. You gonna pistol whip him?
Sure.
Okay, let me look at something here. Fly, darkness, protection armor. Okay, you don't have smite on you. Spite. Yeah. Go ahead and
Luke
try
had
to.
both smite and spite.
Oh, come on.
Let's see.
where
It
is
needs to
Knife
be
him? Just use his knife.
yeah. Use your knife to melee to try to hit. It's a D12. Would be the same.
Right. Oh, come on.
That's a miss.
Oh, why can't I
Let's try
find
and
it?
You're gonna Benny
Why are you
that.
hitting yourself?
I see that.
Come on.
There you
I don't
go.
believe it.
That's a
Why
hit.
you hitting yourself?
Oh. What?
Yeah, but it's
Wait.
not a hit on.
No, it's not. It's a hit on Albert.
You beating yourself up?
He's the best at punching. He hits himself too.
You missed Grim though. It's a shame. He just looks at you like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Well,
And then
it's
you
the,
see his
lighting-
face contort into this demon for a second, this Manitou.
Albert just kind of mean mugs him.
Vino, somebody wants us to become famous.
What?
Could you take care of that, please?
Oh, yeah. 1 second. Where is it?
Alright. Squeezy G. Who's got all kinds of ghostly things happening with him right now. Moving 11.
I have to figure out how. The only thing it has is click to reply.
You jump over the, here, I can do this.
How high does it look like I would have to be to avoid the way?
Oh, okay, I think I
I'm
got it.
outside and I can see it.
It's just,
I ban-hammered him.
okay.
Do you need to? Is there a command for that?
Yeah, I don't know. Luke Cunningham.
Well, okay. The wave's coming from this way, so I think I'm going to continue to fly this
Now,
way.
you got the brain of a frog, so I'd kind of like a smarts roll. It'd be a D4 minus 2.
Frogs like water.
He's a toad, though. He's not a frog. He call him a toad. Boom.
Okay, because there is a big difference between a toad and a frog.
Yeah, toad will drown.
Yeah, I think they're only amphibious.
I mean, when
as
getting hit with a
young.
tsunami, many things will drown.
Yeah, when salt water
Yeah.
comes pouring in.
It ain't so much the water that makes you dead. It's everything that in the water landed on you that made you dead. Like the Buicks
Like
and
the
the
Buicks.
and the Chevrolets.
I think I'm going to continue over. Do you really want that D4 minus 2?
No.
Okay. I didn't think you did.
Maybe a little.
I
But
mean,
you're going to continue over there and go another 40 feet. And
I think he knows he's a frog. I think he
Yeah,
gets
it's
his
just like-
intelligence. And you're gonna do what now? You're gonna
yeah,
go.
I'm basically just trying to fly away.
Okay. So now if you're gonna move that far, you can't move up another 40 feet.
Oh, okay. How far?
Well, let's see. Let's move you back to there.
I don't know.
And I am using the variable distance, so for the use your maths.
Show your work.
You could move this way 6 and up 6 paces, or you could move 12 paces straight up.
Maybe 12 paces straight up would be the best way to do it. Of course, didn't exactly do that with the 40 feet either. I'm
Well,
not
just
sure.
put
I
12.
thought you were
and then
already up in the
double
air.
He is.
What's that, Marb?
Just put see. How'd you get 40 feet? How'd you get that?
Yeah, I didn't really calculate it the first time. I was just like, 40 feet. And like,
Just
maybe 20 feet would have been more realistic.
okay. So put 12, 14. Put 14 and then the double quote sign. 14 pace, basically. Yeah, perfect. All right. Fly away on home, little toady.
And Doc Fong got a Joker.
Power Surge, it turns out, is awesome.
Are
Especially when
you
have
going
improved level
to
hit.
use the Joker or the 6 of Hearts or the 3 of Clubs, Doc Fong?
I've elected to use the Joker.
Okay,
It was a tough decision, bud.
there you go.
On before I fly up, I turn to Grim and I look at him real intimidating, like, oh, Err.
What? You point your chopsticks at him or something?
I wave my pipe at him.
You're intimidating him with your pipe?
There's a reason it's D4 -2.
You're like, hell, I can't hurt him anyway, so I'm gonna try some new shit. That's cool. I like it.
He thinks it's doing a good job. Then he's gonna fly up.
All right, so change your height there. Okay. All right, squeezy cheese. You see this wall of water coming.
Why would I have to be to avoid it?
Imagine the skyscrapers in New York City.
So a lot higher than I can possibly get before it gets here.
Probably.
No.
Everybody
I'm
that you
try.
can see is doomed. You know that. You're like,
I'm gonna start digging the scroll out of my pack.
it's D4 -4, in fact.
I'm just gonna use this extra dimensional spell I got to go somewhere else. Yeah, that's it.
Matter of fact, some of the I'm wanting to say buttes, the islands out in the maze that you can see out there. This thing is over the top of them, and you can see trees and shit being swept over the side, and maybe even a horse here and there being carried away by this huge wave that's now down at the docks and will be here it will be here in a few seconds. Alright, you're gonna move to here.
Yeah, and I'm digging the scroll out of my backpack.
Okay. Timmons.
Timmons is gonna put on his squeaky shoes. Just in case. He gotta go fast.
Does that apply with the fly though?
You're gonna sit down and start putting clown shoes on. You kick your boots off real quick and grab these clown shoes out.
They're big and like it's like flippers underwater, but in the sky.
And then he's gonna move over here. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. If he doesn't, he'll have to bang them together or something as he's flying or something to make him squeak.
All right, so what are you, about 3 paces above the ground right now?
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, he's just heading, kind of trying to maybe see if Grim's gonna take off. He's gonna keep him in here. Try to, but
as you fly over the Greek fire that's burning. Nothing. Never mind. Okay, Albert.
You get a little warm under the collar.
Hopefully those aren't flammable shoes.
Well, I might as well smoke this last cigar. He lights up a cigar as a free action as he goes by. Might as well smoke this cigar.
Smoke them if you got them.
And Albert is still not really bothered by this Greek fire. I don't know what the hell kind of demon shit he's tapped into here, but
so how would I grapple exactly?
It's a contested
athletics.
Yep. Contested athletics roll.
His athletics is surprisingly low.
But I thought he was like an Olympic athlete.
I did too.
It's all the drinking he does.
Okay, pistol whipping again.
This is in the days before you're gonna pistol whip me. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Stop hitting yourself.
What?
Yep. Yep, you hit Albert.
I.
You
How
hit
am I
Reverend
hitting
Grimm
myself?
too.
You have yourself targeted.
Okay.
Clear targets.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Where's the freaking target button?
I mean, ribbit.
Here we go. There we go. Now you got him targeted.
Give me some damage love.
You don't have him targeted.
What?
Huh?
Now you got him targeted.
Okay, it doesn't show anything on my screen.
You need to be hovering over your token.
Okay. What is the damage for this? Am I just using knife damage or?
You hit him with, yeah, just go ahead and use a knife damage. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Still worth it.
You smacking him around.
Yeah. Continue to mean mug him. Playing my turn.
Pathetic, man. Pathetic. I bet your mother never told you that, did she? And, he's gonna take 2 action. Yes.
Did Grim have a weapon to apply smite
Yeah,
to?
he's got a hickory stick.
I mean, it's on
Oh,
higher
right.
ground. If anything, that's probably even doing even better.
Yeah, let's see. See what all he spent points on. +1 to hinder. Change his power points. So you are hindered. Let me find the effect here. It's not. And then I need to put this on him. And come up here. And he whacks you with this fucking hickory stick. Thump! Oh! Shakes your ass up.
I think he hit him in the testicles.
And the last thing he says is, looks like we're all going down in a blaze of glory.
Timmy says, well, one thing I can tell you is my property I purchased in Perdition's about to be waterfront.
Did you get insurance on your,
Did you get insurance? Failed insurance salesman?
I think I'm going to just continue to fly upwards, and that'll put me at 26.
Remember Timmons hired a big insurance or a big lawyer company out of Chicago?
hopefully they didn't cheat you.
Alright, the Hoodoos see Albert up here, and they have a pace of, I don't think it's much, 4. They got a run die? Yes, they do. And get there. Clear his target. Shit. And Give him, well, not yet. Missing. Missing. Go, baby, go. Missing. All right.
Brad Chop.
What happened? Was that the end of the round?
I believe
It
so.
was. Timmons.
I think Timmons is gonna get like above Grim. No, I think he's okay where he's at. He's just gonna, if Grim starts to take off, he's gonna try to grab him. But he doesn't want to go into the fire. So he should be on one of these squares.
Come on,
You-
nice.
You just don't want to fall into a burning ring of fire.
Because you'll go down, down, down.
And he'll
As
go
the
on
flames
hold.
grow higher.
And it burns. It burns, it burns.
Timmons is gonna go on hold and wait for the flood, and then he's gonna stay on hold forever. So
Yeah,
'cause
you
can
could
do that.
you could free action kiss your ass goodbye. As this
just
300
gonna
foot,
stay
you're
on
not
hold.
looking, you're like,
I'm gonna
this
stay
thing
on
is
hold.
300 feet high. Doc Font.
Can't pass the turn. We're on
I'm
hold.
gonna maintain that.
Maintain hold.
You're going to maintain what?
The fly.
The fly, okay.
Otherwise, we go splat into the ground.
Let's see.
Timmons is a little low to the ground too. He's a little hesitant to get up any higher.
I don't know
you
why
think?
it made Timmons a 7. Everybody else has got 7 on their fly now. You got 5. Doesn't make any sense. But... Okay.
I think it's because I cast it twice at 2 different times.
No. Timmons has the +2 to his boots.
That's rounds, though.
He get 2 more rounds.
2
'cause
more
of his
rounds
squeaky
because
shoes.
the squeaky shoes.
Fly, 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 fly. I'm flapping my arms to go faster.
Okay. Let's see. So you're
Yeah, I
about...
guess I'm kind of hopping upward.
You just keep hopping it and going up. I like that.
The frog hasn't figured out he's flying. He's like, boing, boing, boing. Wait, why am I getting higher?
Phil, it's more like Luke's mind trapped in the body of a toad.
All right, so Doc is up there, maintaining the fly for everybody, and I'm gonna pass turn in. Albert, you are unshaken. Feel free to move about the cabin.
I'm not going anywhere.
I didn't figure. Be at the end of your turn anyway. Go ahead, take your turn.
How long's the alchemist fire burn?
I was for D6 turns. I don't know if he actually. Did you roll?
For D6 turns, I did not.
Looky there. For 11 turns.
That was the good batch.
That was the good
I've
batch
got
of
2
shit.
more. It's cool.
What are you gonna do, Albert? Pistol whipping? You just knocking him back and forth with your pistol?
Pretty much. I mean, I'd rather really be doing it with my fist at this point. Oh, come on.
That's a miss.
That's a Benny.
That's a Benny. Burned and Benny's up. Burned and Benny.
Haven't run out yet. God damn it. Wait.
Oh, hit with a raise.
More dice is good.
Right. Okay.
There was a 1, yes, we saw it, but you wild card that all the way.
Awesome.
Oh, you knocked crap out of him again. He's like, he's like the boss in the video game that every now and then you stun him.
There. I'm sheeping him over and over again.
Sheeping him. This is World of Warcraft.
I also played a mage.
All right, Squeezy Cheese, you can see all this because again, this part of the building is collapsed. You can see inside the auditorium to the fire burning. You might not be able to. Yeah, you can probably see everything's going on in there except maybe Timmons.
How long do I have before the water gets here? Looks like. Or this round or the next one.
As you're running towards the cathedral, you look over your shoulder, and I mean, you're like, this is it. We all die here.
My 9 in here and just shout a farewell to Duck. I'm going to cast intangibility from my scroll on myself.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
And enter ghost form. I'm going to short it by 4 points. So I actually need a 6 to cast.
Okay.
Vivian?
You're gonna do what with it for 4 extra points?
You can short a power, not as many power points, but increase the difficulty by 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm going to need the power points I assume until I renew.
Gotcha.
I get a +2, so I actually need to roll 6. I'm just going to use Dark Sight to roll it. So it's not too well already.
Well, he gets the 6.
Well, that'll do. I pretty might as well short it as much as I can. I have like 9 bennies.
Well, that was Dark Sight. You just use that as your roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Plug something else in.
No, you did well on that. All right, so you are now in an ethereal form. I guess it's your, chance to change if you wish, right?
Brad, you need to mention that to Marv. That's just too funny.
I have a great backup plan, Marv. I want to use if worst comes to worst, I want to use hidden stash to find a seagull. Because then I can use better you than me on the seagull when this hits me.
Luke.
Gonna continue to fly upward, so that's 20, 38. And of course he unshakes.
Of course he does. 2.
Well, the +2 really makes a difference.
Okay, let me close that. Come over here and
I meant toad fart, but whatever.
I think we have to roll science to be able to see if we can tell the difference. Well, that was louder, so I guess there is a difference.
let's see. He realizes that he's gonna take 3 actions and beat you with this hickory stick, Albert.
Try it.
He's going to.
Excuse me, Marshall, that is a flaming hickory stick.
Flaming hickory stick. He misses.
Juke left.
And misses.
Juke right.
And jump.
Oh.
Oh no! He tried to jump him in the groin.
And reconned it.
Now the question is, will it kill off Albert?
What you should have done is used that. Oh, I don't know what the power is. It gives you any combat edge to give yourself the thing so you get to D10 raise damage.
So
I
you
think
feel
Albert
the
should try to
stick come down. You're like trying to dodge out of the way. Boom, boom. You step from side to side, and you start to kind of laugh at him, and then all of a sudden, bam, right in the side of the head. I think I'll take the knife hit that you gave yourself off of you. Would you like to try to soak that?
Yes.
I figured you might.
Do you remember how to do it?
But to what avail, I don't know, because...
No, it's because he's got bennies, right?
Yeah.
Find yourself on the combat tracker and drag a benny onto the blood drop with the number next, under your name and such.
He is the best at soaking I've heard.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
maybe.
you soaked one wound
You
at
soaked
least.
one.
All
And
right.
having one wound it generally isn't that bad.
I mean, he does have nerves of steel.
Apparently skin too.
Okay, so I applied it, and Grim...
I'm curious if this transform is a permanent thing or if it
Timmons, you
or
were
if I
on
reverse
hold.
it after a while.
I'll get you some
Did
lettuce.
you want to
in
go
case
off
it's permanent.
hold or and do anything, or do you want to
yeah.
stay on hold?
I'm staying on hold in case Grim tries to get past me.
Okay.
So, or the wave hits me, one or the other. He's
Doc
probably staring
Fong.
at the wave more than anything. He probably like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that to that person, and then I probably.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll maintain that. And fly higher.
You're gonna maintain protection.
Yeah. Fly, 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 fly. Flap my arms to go faster.
All right, let me get out my handy dandy little calculator here.
Yeah, if you get stuck as a toad, we'll get you like some snacks, Luke. Get you like a nice tank.
There's always flies around for some reason.
Well, I'm sure Doc Fong can knit me a little pocket to hang out in. Because if we do manage to survive, I'd rather hang out with Doc Fong instead of one of you idiots.
Yeah, because he can make you a fragominium or something.
Terrarium?
No, I like fragominium. That should be an official term.
It's a two-story.
It's like a condominium, but for frogs. But I'm a toad.
You're in the frog family.
No, not quite. I mean, sure, they're
What?
similar.
I thought a frog was like a cow. There's multiple types of cows. There's the bull.
Well, I mean, there are multiple types of frogs, but I'm not a frog. I'm a toad.
Oh.
That doesn't work anyway. I got a fucking fruit fly flying around here. If you see me going,
We got a toad that can eat it.
Yeah.
bring the toad, bring the toad.
Bring the royal toad.
Once again, Grim takes 3 actions on his turn, and with Albert targeted, he continues to beat him with this hickory stick.
Dennis says, Albert, you the best at taking an ass whipping too.
Do you want to try to soak any of that, Albert?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
I think you can also just right-click your Benny and say soak.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the best at soaking.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not there anymore.
Excellent.
It's not?
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Maybe, was it an extension, maybe?
I think there was an extension, but I think what it was on the Weird West. It was there with the different bennies.
Well, I also remember it being an Owls game and on
He had an extension.
Well, I
It
just
broke at one point.
Yeah, well, that's because I think they added the official feature to Savage Worlds.
Would you like to try to soak that wound?
No.
Very good. Sweezy cheese. Floating along in his ghostly form. How high off the ground are you?
Not a whole lot of pointing.
Do what?
Probably I'm heading up towards whatever Doc Fang Fong's at.
He's almost 300 feet off the ground.
Oh, so yeah, no, not that far. But I say when he was coming in, I was probably like 15 or something. I think I moved up one just so I got over the walls and stuff outside.
Okay. So
Assumed they were still in the church.
yeah, you're still in it. So you're a couple paces off the ground. You're outside of melee of anybody on the ground, right?
Yeah.
So I could just go like, no. Yep, not two colons. Not two colons, no.
But then you can the fart sound in stereo.
Oh, you could do that if they worked in sync.
I mean, I've heard of redundant organs, but redundant colon? That seems a bit much.
There's a special synchronization tool that you can get. They used to sync like the Triumph carburetors with them. Anyway,
The one's for the harmony, the other's for the melody.
that's right. All right, the hoodoos. This guy is going to run.
Dolby came out with a stereo farting. It was in Dolby. Refrat beats.
I didn't only get there. And then these guys continue to beat on Reverend Grant. Doing nothing.
We can see that they can't do shit to him.
Well, they're hitting him, but it just ain't doing nothing to him. They're not even hitting him. Right now they're on fire, and they each should take. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the Greek fire damage at? I think it was higher than that. Roll Greek fire damage on them, Albert. On your hoodoos that are around you.
Let's target all of them.
Yeah. Good enough. Their toughness is they're pretty freaking tough. I don't think it's gonna hurt them, but D&D in the Sven zone.
It's the wrong one. There we go.
Okay, Moki. That's
Whoa,
enough.
shaking.
Oh, Steve. Ah!
Luke.
I like the ads in the end there.
I am flying highward and skyward. 38. Whoops, not 350.
You know, it'd be really, really awkward if when this happens, it neutralized all powers.
That would be unfortunate, but it would be an interesting solution to my toad situation.
Then why is there a naked crater or man in a crater?
Albert, you remained shaken. You can use a Benny to remove shaken.
No. What does Shaken do to me exactly?
You just stand there going.
Yeah.
You can't attack. You can't make reactions. You know, like
you can move.
counterattack and whatnot, and you can only move.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Or you can pay a Benny to just become unshaken.
Right. I might as well give a move a try.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, one more time.
One more time.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
The old hickory stick upside the back of the head
Shit.
trick.
That's 3 wounds.
Ouch.
Would you like to try to soak those 3 wounds?
Yeah, I think I
figured you would.
probably should. Oh, come on.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Albert made it to the final scene. And you
It's not over
guys
till it's over.
see this hickory stick come down and split his skull. Maybe. The injury is permanent. The victim is bleeding out, so we'll see if you bleed out or not. But he knocks you to the ground and knocks you cold. But I will move you over there outside the fire. So the fire is not going to do any damage to you, because that would be bad. Okay.
Timmons is staying on hold. You ain't getting out of here alive, then. We all going in flames.
You guys survived 13 rounds. If the heroes manage to fend off Grimm and his evil bunch for 13 rounds, it's time for a massive cataclysm. A massive wave rises above the city, looking like the looming scowl of an angry god, and it rises to an impossible height. It hovers there for a moment, as if scowling, perhaps searching for its hated target, before it comes crashing down. Its descent seems ominous, almost slow. You're running for cover, you're flying higher, you're trying to get away from this thing. You can see the safety of perdition way up on the hill above you, but it's too late. Behind you, Grim curses, "You sons of bitches, I'll see you in hell." At the falling water, defiant to the end. His language is indecipherable. And perhaps you are sure it is blasphemous and obscene. His elders are more cowardly. They scattered in all directions. Some of them died, some of them run off, screaming in dismay, tripping over each other in their haste to escape doom and judgment. Now, you resign yourself. The flood will claim you. But you'll have eradicated one of the greatest evils on the entire planet with your sacrifice. Come water, come wave, wash this away.
Ribbit.
Your last sight is of an ominous finger of water smashing down into Grimm and his cowardly sycophants, which are not here anymore, spattering their pallid flesh in columns of bone, blood, and brain.
Ribbit.
And all
Squeaky,
goes dark.
squeaky, squeaky.
You hear a choir of angels. You see lights, you see clouds.
Ribbit.
You feel at peace. By God,
Ribbit,
you're not
ribbit,
hungry
ribbit, ribbit.
anymore. You're not hungry anymore.
Am I still a toad?
I hear you, riveting. I'm trying to. No, you're not.
Okay.
So, try to go find your token, replace that, Vino.
I think you just
so that way I
it
can
on the
get through
combat
this.
tracker anyway.
Yeah, I did. But it should
I don't
change
know
if
if I
you
can
do.
do anything. Because it didn't change it on my sheet. So you should just be able to open up my sheet and drag it back over to the combat tracker.
Yep. But yeah, now you just feel not hungry anymore.
And probably a bit floaty.
You're not hungry. But you're tired. You're oh so tired. And it all fades away.
We hang out in heaven and say, "Hey, anybody who want to play a D&D game?"
But wait,
the characters now.
wait. Now you just feel tired and wet. Soaking wet. You open your eyes and you're somewhere in the ruins of lost angels, lying in a field of broken bodies, scattered debris. The
Fuck,
city's
we're undead.
destroyed and flooded. The cathedral is a shattered wreck. You just see bodies everywhere still floating in the water off through the streets as it carries them back out to sea. You guys managed to grab onto some shit. You managed to rise up a bit and look around. One of you is atop a crushed roof, another is half buried in sand and dirt, another is tangled in the splintered timbers of a smashed cart but miraculously still drawing breath. A cow, of all things, stands dazed and bewildered, still chewing, sopping wet cud as it looks at you in bewilderment.
Your name is Jeff, isn't it?
Yeah, I crashed Sirenscape, so I have to start that again, or else we can't get cow.
I got cow.
I heard the cow.
Yeah, I mistakenly clicked the damn stop button on the interface, the web interface.
Why does it stop the program from working?
Because it's a pain in the ass. There's our cow. And it's chewing its cud, and it's looking at you in bewilderment. It's comical. You can't help but smile and laugh as your companions study the beast. You guys are all fucking wrapped up in this shit, and you're kind of looking around at each other.
I'm trying to find some sort of like sheet or pants or.
It kind of looks healthier somehow, the cow does. And you sense that the drought and diseases that have ravaged the herds out here have subsided. Famine and her terrible servants are defeated. For now, at least.
So all of us are accounted for?
The cow looks at you quizzically one last time, then happily returns to grazing the wet grass at its feet.
Emmons shoots the cow. Says, barbecue!
Or do you ask it, Band-Aid or bullet?
Banded or bullet?
Do you take a bandit? A bullet.
Is that a box of fresh vegetables over there?
Man, oddly enough, it's a box of Chinese vegetables, right?
Bok choy.
Bok choy, and look, the little Thai peppers.
Does anybody have a pair of spare pants or maybe my gun or something? I feel real naked.
Timmons hands you your hat. He has your hat. Well,
that's something at least.
You picked his hat up?
Yes,
Timmons
he did.
So you dig yourself out of the sand, you go over and start moving pieces of this cart off of Luke, and you realize he's totally naked. And you're looking up at Timmons like this, like, holy shit. And he hands you your hat, and you kind of cover up your private parts.
That was a wild ride, man.
Doc Fong looks over the edge of the roof down at you guys like, what the hell? And, but you don't see Albert. You don't see Albert anywhere.
I tossed Juliet down to Luke. Here you go, Luke. You might need this.
Albert, let me do this.
Oh, he's in hell.
Albert's in hell.
Yeah, but he's the most hellish of all.
All right, Albert. We're going to draw some cards, okay?
What?
A 7. Not a joker. You did.
I'll clear some windows out here. How come that didn't give me his, I just dealt another card to you, but it didn't put it on you.
You might have to click the little show cards button.
I'm showing a 7 of hearts for Albert.
Okay. What'd I do? I dropped it. No, doesn't matter. It was a jack of diamonds. And unfortunately, Albert succumbed to his injuries.
Or he drowned one.
I think though, no, you were bleeding out. You need to give me before we do any of that. You washed away, but let's see if the salt water stopped your bleeding. You got to give me a vigor roll.
Right.
Well, he failed his vigor roll. Does that mean that you have to roll for sharks now?
I got a penny.
If you failed, is that what it is? But yeah, if you succeed, you stabilize.
Right.
No. If you raise, you stabilize.
You're the best shark bait there is, Albert. You're the best shark bait there is.
You can try to Benny that if you want to.
I don't know what else I'm going to use this Benny on.
Yeah. Has anybody got a card that would work for old Albert?
Can't use another card at the moment.
Now, unfortunately, he has succumbed.
A lot of cards.
Wow.
I've got a card, so I can't play it.
I'm looking around for him.
I can play that.
Am I able to find a pair of pants? Maybe he found a pair of pants and a
You can
shirt
go
or
take
something.
some off of Albert.
We haven't found him yet.
Yep, you find him. He's hanging over a glass wall. His head's been split from right behind his ears all the way down the back, and there's glass from this cathedral wall that's stuck into his wrist. As far as you can see, about half the city down here might be standing, but the rest of it's been completely leveled.